Welcome to Baltimore Sourcelink's March Business of the Month, Semforex, located at 1100 Wacomico Street. We're here today with Sandra Lamb, President. Sandra, thank you for having us.
Thank you for allowing us to be able to talk about Semforex and to be able to show about our company and our wares. Thank you.
Sandra, tell us about how you guys decided to create this garment.
You know, it's kind of funny the way life works. We actually met by chance an officer on one of the hottest days of the year. We had called for markings that were in the alley behind where we lived. And he came, he was really professional, but he was so, I noticed how uncomfortable he was. He kept pulling here and pulling there. And I was thinking of that in my mind, and he, as if he read my mind, he said, yeah, I'm pretty uncomfortable. This is pretty hot. So my husband had been working on something with respect to his football team and, you know, trying to work out something. And he talked to him about that and showed him. And he said, do you think you could do something with this vest? And of course, to my surprise, Michael said, yeah, I think I can do this. And they worked together in terms of understanding all of the things that officers were experiencing, and then he designed it from there. And it was really amazing. I think I'm like most people, that you presume that an officer has on their ballistics and their body armor, they're safe and sound, but I was just stunned at how utterly uncomfortable it was. And so we wanted to respond to solve that problem. There are a lot of things about it that you can wash it. Prior to that time, officers weren't really able to wash it. There were all kinds of skin problems. So it didn't stay in place. It was riding up. So that's what our product was, an innovation. So that's how we got started.
Sandra, what is your target market, and are you planning on expanding that outside of Baltimore?
Our target market is the entire law enforcement community, the men and women who wear body armor, not just in Baltimore and Maryland, across the country. We've had people from outside of the country, our countries, interested in our product. It is an innovation, and there's a National Institute of Justice that makes certain that that your products are qualified and meet certain standards that are required by the government. And that's something that's really cherished or valued outside of the country, because it assures that the product is made with quality, particularly since you're talking about protecting people's lives. And so we are absolutely marketing outside of Baltimore. In fact, we're in the process of courting Baltimore's metropolitan or their police department to wear our products.
What were some of the challenges you faced while you were trying to obtain a patent? Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's kind of funny. When we first started, I'm a lawyer, and so I had some understanding about the fact that is a very specialized area. But it's costly as well. I mean, we were just regular people at the time, and we went through the original process. You file, and then you have a provisional, and it gives you a year to come back and to file again. And getting the process done, it is very arduous. There were a lot of different, you get through iterations where they try to compare it to one thing or another, and you have to disavow those. And so it is very particularized, and I think the only thing that I would advise is don't try to do it yourself. You really do need to have someone, an attorney, not a general attorney, but a patent attorney, to take you through the process and prepare for a long trip.
Once you got beyond obtaining the patent and you're ready for the production and the manufacturing part of creating this garment. Can you talk about any of the challenges that you may have faced during the manufacturing part of it, and or what resource assistance did you seek out to help you through that process?
When you're starting with a business with this, as we did, we sort of, I think a lot of businesses, they already have their idea, and then they have their means, and then they develop an idea that they can market to the public or whomever they're selling to. With us, we had a market before we had a business, so we had to really spend time building that so that we could actually be able to stabilize in the marketplace. And there's so much that you don't know that you have to learn along the way in order to make it solid and foundational, and it takes time. And what I appreciate is that the reason that we're here in Baltimore is because we were, I guess you would say, courted in 7 different states, and you really get to understand what kind of support you're there while you're learning about what you need, how to go forward. We have some great partnerships, and many of them are right here in the Baltimore area. The MBDA, the Minority Business Development Agency, they were able to really help anchor us. Now, all of a sudden, the vision got larger in terms of actually connecting to the different kinds of areas and support that we needed. The funding is always a challenge. It's a big challenge, especially when you take on something that is so requires capital. We have been able to find different resources with respect to how we fund, but in a larger sense, we've had to and created some partnerships. There's some partnerships that we actually are involved in right now that we'll be announcing, so that we could actually we are now in a position where we can take any size order, any capacity. Mm-hmm. That was the big challenge. Sure. You go and we've had some orders that were very large with great potential, but we were not able to respond to them at the time. Now we can, and that's huge for us.
Very.
Yeah, it's huge.
What are you most proud of about Semforex? What would you like to tell our audience?
I think that the thing that there are a number of good thoughts that come to mind with Semforex, but the first and foremost is that we are proud of the fact that we contribute to the safety and well-being of officers and in law enforcement who protect all of us, and they serve and protect, and just making certain that what they have and that they're equipped to be able to protect us. In the course of this, I've learned things like from officers that they really run toward the danger, we're running away from. They run toward it. And it takes a lot to do that. And I'm proud of the fact that we can continue and have other things that we continue to do that looks toward making them as safe and as secure as possible. The other thing is that Semforex has really given us an opportunity to be all over the country, to be able to really meet officers. It reminds you that for all of the things that we see in the news, that the majority, the base of officers are there, they're honorable, they protect us, they are concerned about the way they do their job, and they are the ones that inspire us and to focus on and continue to be better, to improve our products, to be there for them, and to make this product accessible. So those are the things that come to mind when you ask that.
This has been Baltimore Sourcelink's March Business of the Month, Semforex. To learn about other great Baltimore businesses, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Baltimore Sourcelink, or visit us at baltimoresourcelink.com. My name's Naomi Shea. Thank you for watching.